Can McCaffrey do it again? It's the coach. This is the 2020 season on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Cleveland Browns. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They run it here with Townsend, and he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Time to look at the defensive starters for Cleveland. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. Got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue.
They'll run with Thompson. He's to the 10, and all the way down to the 5. That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Rhett Ellison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave back a score.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no run play won or lost the game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
All right, here we go.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
I tell you, on that first glance, I thought he got it easily. But the mark was not a real favorable one. As it turns out, they do give him the first down, but that was very close to going the other way.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because... This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long.
Here we go now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Agba in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Let's go. 3-19.
Back to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and cause a nice play for lost yardage.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's caught, Nelson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. A first down throw, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They go play action here on first down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. To the air again, Darnold. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Again, Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go! 3:19! 3:19!
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
To throw is Darnold. That's Njoku over the middle. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. That'll bring up 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
3rd and 2, Darnold. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, They do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now it's Darnold. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken near the 13. Now a hit and a loose football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll set up a throw. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now Gallman. Oh, now he bowls him over. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll drop the throw. His throw caught at about the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Now let's go! Green, 39!
This is Goldman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Let's go!
He'll get it up the middle. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On third down, that's Thompson. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Bullock will put this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Oh, he pulls over it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Set, B-19.
On first down, Darnold. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now let's go. B-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And now he'll tuck it and run. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. Green 39.
Now Darnold. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Gallman will run it. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Giants, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their luck may have run out as they fall